morning, dear students. Today we are going to deal with the topics we have not covered so far in the previous classes. As we already know that the title of our course is Appreciating Short Story, FYBA. This is the major paper, and I am Dr. Hemant Pawar. I have prepared some of the videos on the previous topics. We have already done with these topics. So first we have talked about the short story. We have talked about the definition of short story. Then we have covered unit second, that is the fortune teller and wailing cat. Both of these stories are already discussed and analyzed in the previous videos. In case of unit third, we have also talked about the singer who couldn't sing. I have explained and talked about this already. What is left now is Tenali Raman and the weightlifter. So this short story is left to cover, and today we are going to deal with this short story as well as this thoughtful reading, the teaching of English in India. These are the two topics I will cover in this video. So we will complete the whole syllabus for this semester in our video series. We have already done with this short story. Just a minute. Okay. So this is the title of the story. I have decided to analyze the story by keeping the text in front of you so that it will be helpful to you and you will understand this better. This is also a very simple and lucid story. The title of the story is Tenali Raman and the weightlifter. Okay, so when we begin to read the text, you will see that Tenali Raman and his wife were on their way to Hampi. The very first line tells us that there is a character, Tenali, and there is again another character, his wife. They are on their way to Hampi. They are going to Hampi. What is Hampi? Hampi is the capital of Vijayanagar. That was the empire. On the way, they passed through a village at the foot of a hill. As walking, they reach to a hill at the foot of the hill, and they see that there are some villagers, and these villagers have gathered for something. We don't know why they have gathered, but if we read the next line, we will understand that Raman's wife became curious. She becomes curious and she is very eager to see why these people have gathered in this village. And she has also asked her husband so that we should go and see what's happening there, because there are many people in that village. And they go ahead, and there is a round, and in that round they go ahead to see what is happening. Okay. So what was there? A bodybuilder was exhibiting his strength. There is a bodybuilder, and he is showing his strength to the people. He has a big, carrying a huge gunny bag. He has a gunny bag on his left shoulder and twirling his mustache with his right hand. Okay, he has a bag on his one shoulder and he's showing his strength to us. And another hand is on his mustache. He's showing that how powerful he is. How much the weight is? The weight is almost 500 quintals. Okay, so we will understand that this man is a kind of wrestler, and he has great strength so that he could lift 500 quintals of rice. So this is what Tenali Raman has understood. This is nothing. I can carry 1,000 times more weight, said Raman in a loud voice. Okay, as he sees that man who is lifting the weight of almost 500 quintals on his shoulder, Tenali sees this and says that, oh, this is nothing. I can lift more than this. I can lift more than this, I can lift 5 times more weight than this. Okay? As he begins to speak like this, or as he has spoken these words, everybody is astonished and everybody begins to look at him. Isn't it? The bodybuilder himself was startled because of the listening of his words. So everybody began to look at the face of Tenali Raman. Okay, even bodybuilder is surprised because he has seen that how can one lift more than me, isn't it? And everybody look at him, look at Raman, because they thought that somebody new has come, a new champion has arrived on the field. Then Raman has come ahead and he begins to speak in front of the public. He begins to address the public. Why I can't carry that hill on my bare shoulders, he said, pointing out the hill nearby. Okay. At the beginning, we have already seen that they are at the bottom of the hill, and Tenali points at the hill and tells that I can even lift this hill on my shoulder. Okay, he points towards the hill, and everybody is surprised. So how great the man is, isn't it? How powerful the man is. So everybody is looking at him. They are looking at him, and Tenali has already talked about this, but his wife is very, very, very surprised. She says that how can this man do this? Isn't it? It's not easy to lift the hill. The whole hill is talking about lifting the whole hill. So how can he do that? She's tense. Okay, she's in tension. She had a suspicion that her husband had opened his mouth too wide. Okay, he has spoken many things. He couldn't do that, she believes. Okay. As he listens, as the bodybuilder sees that and he listens the words of this man, Tenali, the bodybuilder comes ahead and asks, okay, let's see how he can do it. Okay. Is that so? Let's see. You do it. It means we will see that. Do it. Okay. Now in the village, villagers, the people from the village, they were excited and they are waiting for this scene again because they are waiting to see this man lifting the whole hill. They had seen, okay, as traditionally we have been told, and in the epic of Ramayana, we see that Hanuman lifts the hill on his shoulder, and that was the only one person who had lifted the hill till now. Villagers knew, but now they have new champion, and everybody is very happy. Everybody is very happy to see that magic taking place. Okay, and even they have seen Hanuman in the picture. They haven't seen a real human being from village lifting the hill, isn't it? And now they have a man. Okay, so they are very happy. I said I can do it. Did I say I will do it now? He says just yes, I can do it, but I won't do it. I have said that I can do it. Tenali tells that he has said he can do it, but he hasn't told him that I will do it now. I will do it next time. Okay. Then this Tenali tells that okay, it's not easy job because I have to prepare, isn't it? I will of course lift the hill, but I won't lift the hill now. It will take time. Okay. How long did you take a prepare for this feat of carrying this? And then he turns towards this weightlifter and asks him that, tell me, how many days you have worked hard in order to do this, in order to lift the 500 quintal rice? The weightlifter conveyed that he has taken almost 3 months. It has taken 3 months so that he can lift the weight. Then the chief of the village comes ahead and he asks Raman, so tell me, how many days do you want? Isn't it? He answers, I will do it within 6 months. I just need 6 months. Then Raman added, I need to eat enormous amount of food to build my muscles. Okay, if I have to lift the biggest hill, so I have to eat something great. I have to eat much, isn't it? So I need food. And I need someone to massage my body daily. It means I need food as well as I need somebody who will massage my body. Raman says this. The village chief agreed to provide the couple with the house. Okay, now they have given, village chief comes ahead and tells Raman that, okay, I will give you the food and I will also give you a house. So Raman gets house and they arrange the food supply. Okay, so he's also given food supply. And ironically, what happens? The village chief orders that bodybuilder to help this man, to help Tenali. Okay, and we will meet here exactly 6 months from now. Okay, this is the now it's decided. After 6 months, Tenali Raman will come and he will lift the hill. So he has to spend 6 months, he has to eat too much, he needs massage every day, and all these conditions are approved by the chief of this village. Okay? And in this way now Raman has been living a very comfortable life, a royal life, because he doesn't need to work hard, he will get his food, he has a person at his hand, that bodybuilder. The villagers have also decided to help Raman. They give him milk, honey, curd, then cartloads of rice has been given to him. Means he gets everything, isn't it? This bodybuilder, the one at the beginning we have seen, he is working as a servant to Raman and he takes the job of cooking food to him. So now everything is going on fine. The bodybuilder is helping him. Raman has a lot to eat. Okay, now everything is good. The bodybuilder who had become Raman disciple by now asked Raman about the practice. Would you like to begin with a small rock, then move on to a bigger and bigger rocks? So, if you look at these lines, you will understand that this man is the weightlifter. The person who has lifted 500 quintals, he becomes Raman's disciple. And he asked him that, why should not we begin from a small step? Isn't it? So we will first start lifting a small rock. And then you will be able to lift the whole hill. Raman sent him away asking him to make ragi model, balls of steam, ragi flour. Okay, he has asked him to cook something for him. And now, the day everybody was waiting comes. Okay, soon it was the day. The whole village assembled. Means again after 6 months, 6 months have been passed away. 6 months have been passed. Sorry. Now, the whole village assembled. The crowd from the village, the people from the village have come to the same spot. And now they have decided to see this view, this scene. Raman and his wife arrived in a decorated cart. Okay, the entry is very royal one. He is sitting on a cart pulled by the bodybuilder. Okay, it is decorated. And the villagers received the weightlifter Raman with a shout of joy. Okay, so everybody is happy and everybody is shouting Raman, 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 Raman's name. Okay, now the village chief has arrived. And as he has arrived, he says that, okay, let's begin. Raman stood in a circle with people seated all around. Okay, everybody is seated, has made a circle, and Raman is also stood in a circle. He sat in the warrior's pose. Virmudra announced he was ready. Okay, he is sitting like a fighter, isn't it? As if he is a brave man. And he announced, yes, I am ready. The villagers were puzzled. Puzzled means confused. Everybody from the village is confused that what will happen now. Because how can this man lift this whole hill? The village chief become impatient. What are you waiting for? He barked. He shouted. The village chief shouted. Raman is just sitting on his, just standing, and he sat in the warrior's pose as if he is the biggest warrior. He is not doing anything. So village chief is angry, and he asked that what he is waiting for. Okay, why he is waiting for, and what he is waiting for. Why are you spending too much time on that? So Raman says, I am waiting for your man to place the hill on my shoulder. Okay, this is the trick. Raman says that he can lift it on his shoulders. Here he tells him that go and tell your man, go and lift the mountain and keep it on his shoulder. Isn't it? Say Raman calm. Everybody gap at Raman. Everybody begin to look at him in a different way, in a strange way. The village chief shouted in anger, you say it. Raman cut his short. I said I will carry that hill. Even now I am willing to carry the hill. I am waiting for you, your man to place it on my shoulder. Now he has used the trick. He tells the village chief that he has not told he will lift it. He has told that he will carry the hill. So it becomes your duty to ask your people, bring the hill and keep it on his shoulder. But who will lift the hill? The village chief said. So who can do that? And Raman's wife said, only Hanumanji can do that. Okay. And now Hanumanji is not there. So what will happen? The village chief, they join his hands in salutation to Raman. A man of your strength and determination should carry not a lowly hill, but Mount Kailas. The villagers started laughing. Okay, so he makes a pun that this is a very strong man. This hill is very small in front of him, so we have to ask him to lift the Kailas Parvat itself, isn't it? Mount Kailas. So the villagers started laughing at him, and now they have gone home. Raman asked his wife to pack. We are leaving this village, he said, and in this way he leaves this village. Dear student, this is a very simple story, and this is also a comic story. If we look at the beginning of in short, I will summarize this story in 2 or 3 lines. Here, the main character is Raman. He and his wife are passing by a village, and he sees a crowd at the bottom of the hill. Raman's wife takes him to see what is happening there. They see there a bodybuilder, a weightlifter man. He is lifting 500 quintal rice on his shoulder and showing the strength. Raman sees this, and he tells everybody that I can lift more than this, isn't it? So everybody look at him, and everybody is surprised. How can Raman do this? So what happens? The village chief comes ahead and asks him that, okay, do that. Raman says that no, I can carry it, but I will not carry it now. It will take 6 months, isn't it? So whatever he demands food, milk, etc. Whatever he demands, the villagers give him. And finally the day comes. Again the people come at the bottom of the hill, all gather. Raman came in the form of as if he is a warrior. He comes there and he sits there like a warrior, and he asks that, okay, the village chief comes and asks him that, okay, start now. You can lift the hill. So he said that no, I won't lift the hill. What I will do, I have said that I will carry the hill. I will carry the hill. I will not lift the hill. So go and ask your men and tell them that they should bring the hill from there, and they should put the hill on his shoulder. So in this way, he is very good at rational. He is very good thinker, and in this way he turns that. The village chief comes to know this mistake, and he tells the people that, oh, this hill is very small. our man, this Tenali, could lift the Mount Kailash, isn't it? So that is the funny way this story ends. And dear student, this is a very simple story. What we have to do is to read it again and again, and it will definitely help you to write in the examination. This is what I have for this presentation. Now, the next part of the presentation is Unit 4, thoughtful reading, the teaching of English in India. Why I am using this text? Because if we go line by line, it will help you to understand this better. Okay, this is the prose, the teaching of English in India. This is the title. So what happens when we teach English in India? So I will go line by line and I will explain this. English has been taught in India for more than 100 years. As from Lord Macaulay, he has talked about the minutes on education. It means English has been taught. From many years, people have been teaching English. Even though there are difficulties, okay? Even then, there were difficulties. So the teachers who teach English and others interested in English should ask certain questions. If all is well with the subject, if the teachers are competent, if it is necessary to keep it medium of instruction, if distinction is not needed between the teaching of the language and the literature. So there are several questions. If you look at the slide, you will understand that. If all is well with the subject, is everything good with subject? Then if teachers are competent means do teachers have knowledge of that subject? Though they are teaching, do they have knowledge of the subject? And is it good to have English as the medium of instruction? Instruction means whenever we see anything, whenever we read instruction, we see that these instructions are in English. So is it necessary? Isn't it? Should we use English as a medium of instruction? Or should there be a distinction between teaching English and teaching literature? These are the simple questions we have seen at the beginning of this text. So primary stage. Teaching in the primary school, English is generally badly taught. Here the writer tells that when we teach English in primary school, it is taught very badly, isn't it? Because the kids are just considered as parrots. They are asked to speak. The phrases and the sentences are given to them. They need to recite them, even though these kids do not understand the language, or they do not understand what is the meaning of that. So the primary school boy becomes a victim of incompetent and half-hearted experiment. Okay, so the kids, the boy who learns in primary school becomes a kind of victim, because he does not know what is the meaning of the sentence. He does not know anything about it. He is just given the sentences and he is asked to speak. Okay, teachers. The first point is teaching. The junior, most least qualified teachers are placed in primary classes, or an old teacher of the village of superannuation is in charge of the lower classes. So what happens, you know that if we look at this situation now, if we look at the private school, you will see that there are many people, there are many teachers, those are working. They are least qualified, means they don't have that much qualification. Okay, or somebody who is already retired from teaching job, he is assigned to teach English to the kids. Okay, this makes the teaching unsatisfactory. Why? What happens? You know that because if the teachers are not competent and they are not qualified well, so what will they teach to kids? They will not be able to teach the kids. They will only ask them to write the sentences, and they will ask them to recite the sentences. Okay, so need a declared policy of the educational mandates regarding the system of training is needed. Okay, there should be a good policy. There should be supplementation of good teachers. The teachers should be good on, at least they have good communication skills. They have good grammatical skills. They should know grammar proper. They should know the distinction between the tenses. So these all things are important. They should also be given training of phonetics. It means utterances, how one should pronounce the word, isn't it? That training should be given even to the teachers. And they should, this is very ironical, they should know something about education. Okay, they should not, the teachers should be highly educated, and they have to work hard. They have to work hard in order to develop themselves. Okay, so they should know something about education. This is ironical line, means that many people in teaching profession sometimes do not work hard, and that's why it may be written. Primers and readers. Efforts should be taken to make the subject relevant to the life of the students. Okay. Why this is given? Because in case of NEP also we frequently think about IKS, Indian Knowledge System. So that is what is important. Because if teachers are teaching a text that is written in France and it tells about the culture of the France, the boy who is in 5th class or 4th class or 2nd class, the boy will know nothing about that, because the boy does not know anything about the culture of the France. The boy does not know about the people of the France, their way of life. Okay, so that even though we are teaching English, we should teach English, and the text should be based on Indian life. The text should be familiar. Familiar means the setting of the text should be Indian, isn't it? So if there is a text about the Diwali, then the students will understand the text better, because they know what Diwali is. So that's why subject should be related. The subject matter will be more relation with the tradition and environment of Indian students. The student must be allowed to study and express their knowledge through their mother tongue. That is the most important thing, because sometimes it happens that the students are asked to speak in English, and if they are not comfortable with that, English language is the medium. Okay, we should know English, but it's possible that in case of primary schools we are talking about, the students should be allowed to speak in their mother tongue, so they will be able to explain things better. This is in case of primary school. Okay, those who are doing special English should speak in English. Difficulties. Okay, what are the difficulties? An Indian student faces difficulty like inadequate physical nourishment and unsuitable school hours, economic pressure. These are the most important things. Inadequate physical nourishment, because most of these students are from poor family backgrounds, and even though they have a little to eat, so there are these problems. Then unsuitable school hours, because if you look at the school hours, sometime if the school begins at 7:30, the kid has to get up at 6, isn't it? So the school hours, this time should be problem. Then economic pressure, and what happens, that most of the time the student has to pay fees, and if their family background, and family background is another issue, but if they don't have money, if they don't have financial good condition, so it becomes a problem. If they don't have money, then how can they pay money to the schools? And then again the linguistic bondage, because when we talk about the students from villages, you will understand that even sometimes they are not able to understand Marathi language also. So language boundary is and bondage is the biggest problem. What is most important in case of teaching English is that the student should understand what is being taught. That's the prime focus. Then there is the advice to teachers as well, because the teachers should also work hard. It is not only the students should work hard, but whenever a teacher is going to teach English subject or text written in English subject, the teacher has to be well read. The teacher has first to read it, and then the teacher has to explain it to the kids, because then the teacher will be able to explain it better. So it is not only on the part of the students, they have to work hard, but teachers should also work hard, and then it will help them. So now we have a high school stage. Okay, in high school stage, the students the student is able to think for himself. Okay, the thinking process begins. The student begins to identify oneself, and he begins to identify himself as I, isn't it? So, for high school also, textbook should be very clearly and properly selected. The selection of text means what the students are going to learn. So, textbook selection is also very important part. And this text should be well written and pleasant. It means when the student should be ready to read the text, isn't it? It should be pleasant. Mean text should be pleasant. If there is a story should be pleasant. Then the student will read. If it is a sad story and it gives them no pleasure, they won't read it. So the text should be pleasant one at this stage. The teacher should teach them as literature, living. Okay. They should not alarm and frighten the students. Okay. If students are making mistake, this is the very old and traditional way of beating them or scolding them that you understand nothing. Why are you studying? Isn't it? The teacher should not make negative comments on the development of the students, because if the teacher humiliates the child will never be able to do better. So the role of the teacher is not only teacher, it's a supporter. Okay. Instead, they must let them see the best models and leave their company. Okay, the students should like the teacher, because this is the duty of the teacher as well. Because if they like the teacher, then they will come to the classes and they will try to learn something. If we begin to talk negative about them, so they won't come to the classes and they will think that, oh, this is not useful for me. So then university stage. This is the biggest stage. At this stage, the tutor should educate to develop the young minds, test and correct them. Okay? Here the development takes place. In case of college life, here the real development of this the student takes place, because these are the formation years, and in these years, the student begin to see something. They begin to search something, that what will happen to them, what job they will get, isn't it? So the job of the teacher is not only to teach them. The job of the teacher is not only to teach the select syllabus text, but to improve overall development, to help them to develop themselves. They should develop the critical thinking, because it is not only always right to write the summaries, but the students should develop critical thinking. They should have their own ideas. They should have their own stands, isn't it? So, if a teacher decides, if the teacher is highly qualified, so the teacher will definitely help the students. They must teach the higher quality of style, the intellectual and emotional analysis. They have to find out the difference between. They should be able to find out the difference between intellectual and emotional analysis. They should also guide student, because as you know that if there is any student and the student is not talking to us or sitting alone, has difficulty talking with the other students, so they do not mingle. If somebody is not mingling with other student, mixing with other student, it means the students should pay attention to each. The teacher should pay attention towards each student, isn't it? And the teacher should teach the interesting and good passages. Teaching should be made very interesting. Then and then only the student will attend the classes, and if they feel that this is important, and if they see that this will help them, if they see that there will be development among them, then only the student will come. The student should familiar himself with the best books, and it is the duty of the teacher to make the students familiar with the best and good books. Okay, so specialization can be done effectively after setting a comprehensive background. Okay, the teacher should also make a background comprehensively. As we have taken this text line by line, what this is about, There are 3 or 4 points I would like to make to summarize this. The writer begins to talk about the education at the first level. So what happens now, you know that the subject matter should be proper, the language should be proper, the textbook should be familiar to them, whatever the teacher is doing, whatever the teacher is teaching, the students should know about them, because the text should be selected basis on whatever they have known, Indian traditions, Indian festivals. It means the kids, whatever the kids know, that should be the subject matter. Then they will work hard, they will try, they will be happy to read them. Okay, and as we have come across the university stage, the student should be made to think critically. The student should be independent thinker, isn't it? He or she has to think about himself or herself, because they have to form the opinions, so that when they will form the opinions correct, if the teacher helps them, it means the role of the teacher is not only teaching the text, but to help these kids developing their, making them develop very well. Means overall development should be done. Thank you.